Going wild. The decider, ladies and gentlemen, game number 3 in the Royal Derby. Good. You're right. They have no CC. They have a whole lot of disengage though, and anti-CC with a time journey. But back at it again, ladies and gentlemen, jumping into the final game of the series. Again, the fans. Woo. Just soak it in. But back again into the game. This is going to be very tough for Skylar on the 1-1.
Yeah, it's a difficult matchup because it's a 2v2, and early on at least you can see that the damage, the pressure in the lane is a lot stronger on the side of Onic for now, right? But later on, Vin can have a lot more impact as Skylar here gets chucked down brutally.
Ooh. Oh man, that's gotta suck as Skylar. I mean, there was a possibility that Keyboy babysitting CW to maybe not. I mean, sorry, Diggy babysitting Skylar to be able to, kind of dish out the damage with all his bombs, but unfortunately,
see
that's not the case so far.
It's so frustrating when you're on a 1-1, when you're up against an Irithel, and there's just so much action going down in the bottom side of the map. Both marksmen with their supports is trying here. But look at that, Skylar taking low, Kyrie looking for the kill onto him. He has the enhanced chain, Skylar's still able to dodge away for a bit, but Sans comes in to pick up first blood. A common trend in the series so far is the team who gets first blood ends up winning the game.
We'll see what happens. Kyrie already with that gold buff as well, so already some sort of utility as well as neutral objective happening here. But once again, R7, Boots is getting bullied even without the rotation from the Bauman.
Right, with the sprint though, he's able to escape from that gank. I think it would have ended with a kill as well because the lethal counter is still available for the side of Albert. But looking at the emblems right now, you can see it's just a different focuses compared to the previous game. But for sure, Albert will be trying to abuse that Bauman clear. As Mirko was saying, potentially in game number 1, where the Bauman can just outfarm you and get huge advantage without even having to win fights.
Ooh, again, Kyrie stealing the purple buff away. That's very good escape from Kyrie, using the enhanced sword properly, but in the top side, you can already see a rotation. Albert picking up the turtle, going on to the enemy purple buff, going for the trades here. He has the retribution, so he will be able to take this away from Kyrie, who is behind. Look at Kyrie's battles talent, actually. He didn't go for the Demon Slayer, so Albert will have a significantly better time, faster time in the jungle.
Better opportunities as well. Oh my god, Onic Esports, they're really playing towards this bottom side.
They want to shut Skylar down from the get-go, Arashi.
If Skylar gets rolling like in game number 2, that is a disaster that Onic Esports do not want to deal with. So right now, getting CW back to his dominant performance, I think it's one of the main focuses for Onic Esports. But right now, Albert is involved in the play.
I don't know if they're able to do anything here. Real world inflation though. CW still having the sprint, not popping it just yet, is able to dodge away. Get out, scot-free. Onic Esports still defending really well and still holding on to that gold lead.
Is it worth it though for the side of Onic to hinge their bets in towards that bottom side, put that pressure in the gold lane, whereas Araki Hoshi, they're free to take all the neutral objectives they want?
Well, in the late game later on, who do you think will actually have the highest amount of damage right now? Because like Skylar as well as CW, both their heroes do an insane amount of damage in the late game, but with the Cult Altar in the picture, right? I think it's just different focuses from both these marksmen.
You're right. I don't know. Right now, as it stands, if we take a look at the matchup, Irithel is going to scale, and that's why Irithel is such a counter. Lemon, though, going to get dove on. One more hit from Sans. The fadeaway as Lemon falls under his turret, but back again to the point. 1-1 against Irithel. Why Irithel counters 1-1 is she's super mobile. She can attack while walking, while getting out of the weakness point range. And guess what? She scales better.
He does.
It's very tough for a 1-1 to do anything in this lane, and all CW needs to do, he doesn't even need to fight. He doesn't even need kills. He's not like the other counters, like Clint or Popol. All he needs to do is scale. Go even with the 1-1 up until that late stage.
Yeah, but once again here, RRQ Hoshi with 2 objectives in the bag, 2 turtles in the bag, and Onic Esports have nothing so far to show for it.
Let's see again, they're going to go for a dive. Skylar popping that Inspire, trying to look for the weakness points, but see, clean disengage. Now, especially with the holy healing from Keyboy, CW is going to have very, very good time running away from any sort of engage that RRQ wants to present.
for RQ, it's quite difficult because, okay, you're getting the turtles, but remember, in the late game, you're hedging your bets on the marksman, and he is not having a good time at all.
Oh, Cold Ultra, they're going to look for the engage. CW diving all the way to the back lines, but Loud, real-world relations. CW finding Skylar, and then a double kill. CW almost surviving. Keyboy with a holy healing, almost helping him get out, but it's a worth trade. 2 for 1 and a turtle. I mean, a turret.
2 for 1 and a turret, and Onic Esports pushes their gold lead with 1,000. What were they able to buy with the seed?
Well, you can see that for Onic Esports, right? CW already has the Windtalker, so his damage is ramping up. He is still pathing towards the second core item. And for Skylar, he is still on the Corrosion side. He has a bit of a defensive build as well, just in case the aggression continues from the side of Onic Esports, from RQ.
Yeah, that's exactly what he's going for. So already, disrespecting the damage and the way that he's been pressured from the get-go. I mean, already losing that tower in the bottom side. He's forced to rotate to a different lane now. So Onic Esports, they might be able to utilize this to their advantage.
I think RQ Hoshi needs to actually force a bit more fights that are in their favor. All they have been doing is just trying to play damage control, but every time they do that, Kyrie just comes in with a knockup and everyone else just follows up on it. So they're just allowing Onic to wait for the cooldowns to be up and then initiate a play with the Cult Altar or with the Empower Chain.
Oh, concealed play. Lemon with a real revelation, locking Keyboy down. The Cult Altar is placed down, though. That's going to be Keyboy running, taken down, actually. R7, way too deep, staying for way too long, but it's only the Roamer who picks the kill up. Abyssum Strike there was actually used by R7. He picked up the kill, so was it worth it? A 1 for 1? I think it was. R7 got the kill for Onic. It was Keyboy.
But now Onic is going to be able to get this turtle, but Albert! Oh my god, Albert with the steals!
Two levels ahead. 2 levels ahead. That's what that gets you. This is why Demon Slayer is just so worth it. And Sans, bye, buddy. Lethal counter. Silencing his fate in the mid lane. Hellman. This is why it's so prio. And he's going for more. Keyboy with the holy healing getting out. Onic Esports on the back foot.
It's so unfair. As a Balman, you dish out so much damage and you're so sustainable, but CW might have something to say about this. But no, Onic Esports, they choose to disengage right now. So both teams, they're playing very carefully.
Albert got it again.
With the retribution that just came up, so it's efficient usage as well. And Albert is continuing to try and pressure. He has the advantage now, so he will try and use it to elevate his team as much as possible, because in the late game he will not be the primary carry, as Kyrie is able to take the gold buff in that contest.
Finally, Kyrie gets something here in game number 3. This is so different to what we saw in game number 2, where our RQ Hoshi was able to just dominate all those objectives. But once again, CW swapping lanes, rotating towards that top side, understanding that Esmeralda will be able to put pressure here in the bottom side. But R7 gets caught here. He doesn't get taken down just yet, as Kyrie doesn't want to commit onto this.
I was thinking that later on in the late game, RQ Hoshi are banking on being able to kite away from danger, but there are 3 sprints on the side of Onic Esports, and there is that Rafaela. I'm wondering if everything is going as planned for Onic.
I like to believe it is. They're getting all the turrets taken down, and Irithyll scaling really well. Their composition is built around the Irithyll. Very similar to how RQ's draft is built around the 1-1. It's all going to come down to the gold lane once we get into a certain stage of the game. I'm very curious to see the items here as the Lord spawns into the Land of Dawn. I want to see what items CW and Skylar have been able to build up. Skylar is 1 level below. Wait a minute, RQ, they're going for a sneaky Lord here. Kyrie's still on the purple buff. Real World Relation gonna be popped there to zone away the Onic members, but CW chasing Lemon down all the way. Has to call Alter to provide a backup. Skylar running away right now. Is Albert still able to find the Lord? Wait, what happened there in the back line? Albert taking Kyrie very, very low. Now with the cold Alter taken down. CW putting the damage again, but it's gonna be Albert picking up the kill. 1v3, jumping onto them. He doesn't have the lethal counter. He needs to back away. Onic Esports try to capitalize on this fact. Kyrie jumping in with retribution, getting the slow down, and that's gonna be the immobility. Albert with a lethal counter, not able to get Sans down. Albert still surviving, and RRQ win out in the trades. CW for Skylar, but they get the Lord.
Yeah, wow. Oh my god. Albert played that so well. Onic Esports was so good at distracting. They went in for the backline, but meanwhile, Albert, He rotated around the Lord, went to the bottom side, and took it. And that was so insane to see. And now Kyrie here is forced to go and travel towards that top side to alleviate the pressure that this Lord is going to have. But RRQ Hoshi, meanwhile, will not be able to get anything. They might be able to get that turret in the bottom side, though. But we'll see. The mid side is also pushing.
Right, they seem to be looking for a trap of their own. Kibo right now will be engaged on, and that's the real manipulation popped up by Lemon, but it won't result in anything as far as kills go, but the turret has been taken in the mid side.
The turret falls. And I don't know, when I see RRQ Hoshi play this quietly, it feels like they're building up to something, right? Is there a certain power spike that we should be aware of?
Look at the Irithel. The Irithel for Onic, right? For RRQ, I'm not quite sure. I think once the 1-1 gets a bit stronger, they will try and end the game, try and pick off CW, regardless, because like later on, they won't be able to have that option of just like shutting someone down, deleting them, right? So I think right now, as Albert still has all the level advantages, the gold advantages, they need to try and force as many fights as possible and get as many neutral objectives as possible when they get this advantage.
Right now, what they need to look for is to play with Albert right now, and that's exactly what they do. Albert with the engage, lethal counter onto Kyrie, called Alter, thereby Sans flickering in to provide the necessary cover, but Kyrie falls to the real-world manipulation of Lemon. CW unable to dish out the damage properly onto R7, and RRQ find a 1-for-0 trade. Can't convert onto any objectives, but still, it's a good trade.
He melted through that cult altar, mind you, and he's on a Balman. It's so unfair how much damage and sustainability that this hero has. We can see the Boots trying to find an engage whatsoever, trying to find some sort of compensation. He is trying to push that bottom side, but R7, he knows he's there, and when it comes to that 1v1 situation, R7 is going to win with that burst capability that he has.
So I guess the split push game will be favoring RRQ Hoshi. They have that option, and along with the Balman being able to be a secondary front line, being able to actually secure objectives as well, it makes sense for them to send R7 and try and pull away, because as 5, I think Onic Esports is a lot better than RRQ Hoshi.
Oh, let's see, bottom side, 1v1, Boots versus R7. It's not really going to go anywhere. Both of them way too tanky. They don't deal enough damage to take each other down. But it's just going to be the battle of pressure, battle of wave clear here in the side lanes. Esmeralda has an edge, though, when it comes to the rotation game, with the mobility that she has with the first ability. Let's see. Lord already taken down to 19,000 HP. RRQ going back, staying disciplined here in this game with a very slight lead. Your question earlier, Eterna, was what is RRQ building up to?
Yeah.
I think it's still a 1-1. That's the only thing I can see in that late game. Lemon, utility build. Skylar, oh, wait a minute. Real world manipulation almost taking CW down. I think that might be enough. That might be enough to take the Lord away from Onic Esports. Albert onto the Lord here again. Kyrie can't look for anything. Lethal counter to finish it off with the retribution. It's another free Lord presented to you by the Samsung Galaxy A series. Over to RRQ.
Second Lord here for RRQ Hoshi. Let's see what they can do with this. So far, they've only been able to get a few turrets, 1 and 2 if I'm not mistaken. Let's see if they can get anything more. Onic Esports back on the defense. They are trying to utilize the wave manipulation as much as they can. As RRQ Hoshi, they're forced to deal with that wave there in the top side before the Lord spawn.
But now RRQ has the option of playing with this Lord, and they do have the Yeeve. That is absolutely insane high ground mechanics. So later on Onic Esports, they will be forced to move forward, and maybe that will be exactly where RRQ Hoshi will pull a trigger and attempt to turn everything around. Right now they have built up to a 2.2k gold lead, and they are grouping up. They are waiting for that fight. They are sacrificing a turret in the bottom side.
Let's see. Enhanced Lord here, marching down, going on to the base turret. That's going to be Lemon stunned up by the Holy Baptism. No more engage right now. They cancel that real-world manipulation, and that's it. They back off for now. They take the turret in the mid lane. Tier 2 taken down. RRQ. Vin taken low, and Hash Chain connecting onto a CW. Brought back by the reverse time. CW still unable to catch Vin. Keyboy looking for a dull. Holy healing. Skylar not getting it. Sans, oh my god, with a flicker, fine spin, immortality pop. That's gonna be the time journey here as our 7 zones boots away. Real world manipulation onto Sans, and that is the cold ultra HP down. Sans gonna get taken down, and look, Skylar has the crossbow tank. They will not need it. However, Zalbert took the kill with a lethal counter.
RRQ Hoshi with 1 kill in the bag, 3,000 to their name. They did not and was not able to get a turret in that bottom side from the side of Onic Esports. However, as those lane minions are going to be pushing heavier, favoring RRQ Hoshi with the Lord push as well. Now, the thing is, right, RRQ Hoshi, they're also rely heavily on this real world manipulation, and if it gets cancelled, they're denied the proper setup that they need to go against the composition from Onic Esports.
Well,
how are they going to do this?
Well, if they actually cancel it, right, the only person who can actually cancel it right now, I believe, is the Rafaela or Kyrie.
I suppose.
Or Kyrie with the Empowered Chain. But if they both jump in and use their crowd controls in that fashion, that leaves the rest of RRQ to do whatever they want. So maybe that is an okay trade in the minds of RRQ as far as the team fight goes. You can see that Lemon already has the Brute Force Breastplate, and knowing that there's a lot of HP stacked up on the side of Onic Esports, he goes for the glowing one as well. And with that Ice Queen's one, that is that slow, that utility that we've been talking about. There is no hard CC on the side of RRQ Hoshi, but everything else, the slows, the disables, are still very much a nuisance for the side of Onic Esports.
Julian's gonna deal out a lot of damage. Already a Holy Crystal as well as a Divine Glaive. Even if RRQ Hoshi wants to be able to build that magic defense, he's gonna go and punch through that. Now, the question is, can Kyrie get into a position that he can deal out the damage on the favorable targets from RRQ Hoshi, considering the front line is so strong?
That's the thing when you were talking about Julian. Wait again, Kyrie, enhanced sword to escape. Keyboy taking low, R7 jumping in. Skylar just needing one more weakness point, and because they were able to win that fight, they are going to go on to Lord. CW looking for a steal, but the lethal counter comes in to play. CW running away, Abyss and strike by R7, but win an nature by CW as he gets into the range of the cold ulcer. Vin taken down by the time journey there, not enough to take him out. Sans going in again for the re-engage. They win out on a trade 1-4-0, but they lose out on an objective.
And RRQ Hoshi, they're taken very, very low. They need to recall, and because of that, Onic Esports, they're going to have a little bit more time to reset and take this Lord without any compensation from the side of RRQ Hoshi.
Yeah, RRQ Hoshi, they got the objective and then they attempted to chase for another fight. I think they could have just waited for that, but like, whoa, Skylar goes in aggressively, crossbow tank.
Oh my god, the crossbow tank now translated over to Keyboy, still able to kite away, and that's Jay Kyrie! Oh my god, he finds Skylar, and Boots is there to capitalize. CW caught in the real world manipulation, and he buys the immortality in time. He has to get out of this one. He's still trying to kite away, but R7 finds him. Keyboy, immortality still intact. R7 jumping in, called ultra placed. Onic still able to survive. RRQ backing up. It's a 1-for-1. Skylar taking down Kyrie, looking for one more. He gets the immortality pop. Kyrie, no. Lethal counter by Albert to seal the deal. Kyrie down, and Onic Esports lose 2.
Lose 2, and they lose the most important ones as well. Kyrie, the jungler, as well as CW in that gold lane, constantly being punished for their aggressive plays. Kyrie could have gone out, but instead he went back in, was a little bit greedy, looking for another kill onto RRQ Hoshi, and he paid the price.
Wow, damage done by Action shows that CW is absolutely on top, but here we go, RRQ go for the aggressive play yet again.
What the heck is Leopard's damage? Oh my god, Boots getting the falling star moon, but there is no more engage. Both teams disengaging here. 18 minutes, we predicted the game duration, boys.
18 minutes, but we did say that if it is not over by 18 minutes, it's gonna get drawn out. So right now, RRQ Hoshi, they still have the 4K gold advantage, but the difference in gold is only gonna be less and less relevant as time goes on. The death timers will be what counts for the next objective. So both teams right now, they need to play it very careful as we take a look at the instant replay by the Samsung Galaxy A series. The crossbow tank caught by Skylar, but as he was done with that, that is the empowered chain by Kyrie, knocking out 2 members, and then everyone else gets caught in the middle of that real world manipulation, and from there, Albert and R7 just doing a lot of damage and being way too tanky for the members of Onic Esports to deal with.
It was so hard as well because you could see that CW tried. He tried to go and dish out the damage to even just the frontliners because he's already dealing that much damage. The problem is they forgot the fact, or they kind of overlooked the fact that the real world manipulation was not yet popped up, and CW being the glass cannon that he is going to receive that damage from the real world manipulation, because we can already see that despite her being able to build utility, she also has the glowing wand. So the dot is going to start hitting all the members from the side of Onic Esports.
Right now, RRQ has a lot of information with that Biggie pick. It has been paying dividends. It's going to do a lot more damage as well. Look at Kyrie getting chunked by one of the traps from Vin. And just like that, Onic Esports has no control. They are forced to relinquish control of the Lord area into RRQ Hoshi.
What has Vin building?
I have no idea, but he has to have a little bit of damage. No, I can't. It's not possible that damage is coming from the base damage of that first ability. I'm not sure. It might be, honestly. That's why Diggy has just been racking up so much damage dealt from every time it's picked up. But now, once again, RRQ first onto the Lord. They have so much utility with the time bombs being placed to open up the map. Even to Lemon, who's just using this real world manipulation every time it's up. Literally, I rarely see it green. He always uses it in these fights before the fight even starts. And here again, there you go. He pops it in and he zones Kyrie away, forcing the enhanced sword. Skylar zoning CW away. They're looking for an opening onto the Lord. Let's see if they are able to do it. Kyrie going in, and that's still Albert picking up the retribution. Vin with a time journey, trying to get out of this fight. Skylar putting that first ability down. Kyrie still able to get out with the enhanced sword. Onic Esports trying to look for compensation by taking the mid lane turret. Albert needs to be careful. They don't need to be greedy here. They have the Lord, the evolved Lord this time in the 21st minute. Onic finally get an objective on the board here in the mid lane.
Yeah, at least they get a tower out of it, right? I don't know, but now RRQ Hoshi, they're marching down with that Lord in the top side. They are still waiting on these cooldowns coming in from Lemon as well as Vin, but it just pops up. The real world manipulation is ready to go if they want to go for a 5v5 team fight.
Let's see. They need to try and rush down the objectives as much as possible, because right now, if you shouldn't go for a fight, they're gonna outlast you with the Cult Altar, right? Unless Lemon is just able to poke everyone down before the fight even begins.
They need to be careful. Top side already. No one's going at it. Real world manipulation. CW almost gets taken out just like that. Enhanced sword by Kyrie to the back, and now Sans has to pop the Cult Altar early. Baited out already. Lord taking a half HP. RRQ looking for the siege down in the mid lane, getting the base turret taken down, but the Lord falls. Onic Esports still able to defend for now. RRQ needs to look for a fight to close the game, but it's going to be very tough. Boots going to get caught here. Oh no, weakness points all taken out. No, not just yet. Boots only loses his immortality. Still able to get out right now as RRQ try to look for the final base turret in the bottom side. Onic, wow, what a defense.
2 inhibitor turrets taken down though, so the pressure is definitely on the side of Onic Esports. They are able to buy a little bit more time as... Oh, what are they doing here? Are they looking for something?
Onic Esports is looking for an engage, knowing that a lot of the ultimates on the side of RRQ Hoshi is down, but look at the cooldowns on these ultimates, right? It's already up for RRQ Hoshi. They are still maintaining the gold lead as the tower in the bottom side gets chunked down by minions. Onic Esports, they are just... they're losing their grasp on the game. They're starting to get pressured into decisions they don't like by RRQ Hoshi.
They're getting messy, is what it is. They're getting messy because they could have cleared the bottom side first and then rotate towards the top side, but they lost so much time because they had to go from the mid back down. And they're grouping as for right now. Item-wise, any distinctions?
Well, to answer our questions, Vin has an enchanted talisman as well as a divine glaive. That is damage, my guy. That is why Onic Esports, whoever is sent out to actually tank the traps to look for information, they get chunked down massively. And of course, the Rafaela is around to actually heal them back up. But if you use the heal for the sustain, you don't have it for the movement speed, and that might be crucial in these late game team fights where momentum decides everything.
I need to mention something here. Both of the teams are getting very, very fatigued, all right? Mentally. Shot calls as well. They need to make decisions, the best decision possible every single time, and now it's 23 minutes of that. 3 games. Fatigue is going to be in the heads of these players for sure. Mentally, physically, even perhaps. We will see once again. Oh my god, Sans. Just from the time bombs alone. Going to get chunked there. And you can see even the glowing wand by Lemon doing so much for RRQ Hoshi. Real world inflation CW again. Gets zoned out. It's going to be enhanced sword by Kyrie to get out. Lord successfully reset it though by Onic Esports. Oh no, gotta be careful. Oh no, that's gonna be Boots taken all the way. He has the winner truncheon, not giving that last weakness point, but the Cult Altar was popped to save Boots. No Cult Altar means that RRQ surely want to go for an objective.
Oof, RRQ, they really should abuse their poke advantage, right? Vin's damage as well as Lemon's damage, it is not a one-shot, but it will add up, especially when the stakes are so high. If you can chunk down CW to 3/4 of HP, half HP, that already ensures that he will have no freedom when the fight actually breaks out. So I think they can abuse this because they also have the advantage when it comes to the base turrets, right? They have 2 already taken down on the opposite side of the Lord as well. So now they can actually play the macro game and they can just play it slow, play it patient as long as possible.
What exactly is the cooldown count on the Cult Altar?
Oh, I have no
It's up
idea right
again.
now. Well, we'll have to see again. Does he have the fleeting timer, Rashi? Real world inflation though, locked in again. CW losing that backside weakness point. Still able to kite away for now. Cold Ultra really plays. San's gonna be caught there, but he has to winner truncheon by a little bit more time as that can be R7 jumping in. That's the mortality pop. Vince still able to survive for now. Lethal counter, not finding anyone, but crossbow attack. Gonna be popped there. Skyrie with the winner truncheon, buying so much, taking so much, choking it in. Onic looking for the end right now onto the team fight, and they will be able to find 2-4-0. Onic Esports once again, Boots zoning the members away. Skyler trying to look for the final weakness point. Doesn't have the crossbow attack just yet, but he finds Keyboy. Keyboy taken low. Winner truncheon by a little bit more time once again as Albert is there, but Keyboy survives. Oh my god, Onic, they've done it. They've waited, they've stayed calm, and now they have the tides turning with them. 2-0.
So many ultimates were already wasted by the side of Hoshi in that mid-fight, and Onic Esports with their really quick cooldowns was able to capitalize on that actually, and now Onic Esports, they have the better setup. Will Hoshi be able to take this Lord away?
Oh, Lemon using the real world inflation to bait them out. Cold Ultra was used and popped. Onic Esports, once again, they're on the Lord. RRQ needs to look for a steal. Albert is still alive, but look at Skyler. Look at Skyler. He's pressuring that mid lane. He's buying some time. He's making the Onic members look. Forced errors across the map. Albert looking for the Retribution onto the Lord. He's taken very low. Retribution battle here, and Albert finds it again with the lethal counter, with the Retribution, saving the day for RRQ.
Hoshi, Albert in particular, staying very, very cold-minded right now. He was able to just calm down, cool, relax in that Lord pit, and was able to make the decision, the right timing, with that lethal counter combined with that Retribution. No, wait, did he use that Retribution?
Albert?
I think he did.
He did. Oh my god, I thought he took it with the lethal counter.
3v5. They did that 3v5 on top of Skyler's macro push in the mid lane. Discipline by RRQ. The improvement since MSC is visible.
Absolutely. Honestly, I think it's just so good to see RRQ just play it smart, and despite all the odds against them, they're able to get that Lord, and that is massive. It's a 5v5. The Lord is there. The Cult Altar is there to be abused to clear the Lord. Will Onic be able to survive this push?
Oh, Skyler taking the base turret in the bottom side down. Boots now caught very low. Forced to use the sprint. Cult Altar gonna be popped there. Real world inflation by Lemon on it there in the midst of it all. Caught as that's gonna be the falling Simon again. RRQ looking for something. Lethal counter onto Saw, taking him down. Kyrie with an enhanced sword, able to escape. Winter truncheon clutch, but he will fall. Keyboy next. Boots try to run. RRQ take game number 3. Reverse sweeping Onic Esports.
Hoshi proving to us that history has its value. History repeats itself as once again